Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic and Movie Show. My name's Deshaun, and today I'm here to give you my review of Aladdin, the live-action remake. Now, I've talked about this many times before. You all know how I feel about this, but there's been a lot of pushback. There's been a lot of in the critic community, in the review YouTube live review community about the Disney remakes. Now, me personally, I have dug or loved. I love The Jungle Book. I loved Beauty and the Beast. I think I gave both of them 10s. I didn't watch Cinderella, or I couldn't get through Cinderella because I just that's a little too girly for me. Like there's levels to this shit, man. I could do this only for so much. It's just way too girly for me. So I was like, I'm out on Cinderella. But I have been a big supporter of these movies, and like I said, there have been people pushing back, and it's really just the critics and people in the film community, because everyday people don't give a rat's ass about that. Oh, they're remaking this Disney movie. Oh, you're touching my precious Disney movie. They're like, oh, cool, it's a Disney movie. I could take my kids to go see it. That's how they see it. They're just like, oh, cool, I could take my kids to go see this movie, to see something that I watched. Because those movies they're old, and when you try to show those, and you can show them to kids, but a lot of the kids are just like, oh, that's an old cartoon, that's an old animated movie from a long time ago, so you get to have this new experience for the children and take them to go see it, and that's how I view these movies, these live action movies coming out. It's why I've been watching them, and so I can support them. And Aladdin had a bumpy road ahead of it from the jump because of the casting of the Genie. Now, everyone knows about Robin Williams. Robin Williams was the Genie. He was great as the Genie. He was the perfect Genie. It was an iconic role. It's one of his many iconic roles. And he was great as the Genie, and everyone knows it, so it was like one of those things of who you're going to cast as a Genie. And when they cast Will Smith as the Genie, it was a lot of backlash. It was mostly negative. And then stuff came out, and you saw him as Blue Genie, and there was some negative stuff on the CGI, or negative stuff on, oh, what is he gonna do? Even I was a lot nervous, but I kind of supported it, because I went, you know what? If you're gonna do this, you have to go totally different. You can't do Robin Williams. You have to get a new personality in there who can have his own flavor to it, to the point where you can identify this version of Genie with him. And a lot of people gave him shit. A lot of people even after who liked the movie still kind of gave the CGI on the Genie shit. I didn't mind it. Once I started watching the movie, him turning blue just became kind of just a part of the movie, and I liked the CGI on him. But just to get into it, I had a blast with this movie. Me and Seth had a blast with this movie. Seth gave it Seth's not here, but I could tell you Seth was going to give it a 9. I was going to give it an 8.5, and there are parts that are straight up 9s. Particularly the whole new world, which when they sang A Whole New World and Friend Like Me, I thought those set pieces were just, those songs, the set piece, the design of the place, the design and just the choreography and the way it was done was just magnificent. It was some of the best stuff ever. Like, honestly, I walked out of this movie and I was like, man, it reminded me of those old movies that I used to watch as a kid. Those single movies, like Singing in the Rain. Those movies with songs in it, but like good songs that fit in the story. Like, I was like, man, it had that magical feel to it. It was a delightful movie to watch. Like, honestly, this was a delightful movie to watch. And it was, and the best thing about this movie, almost by far, is Will Smith's Genie. He killed it. Will Smith killed it, man. He killed it. He was hilarious. He was energetic. He felt like, now, Seth kind of made the minor complaint that he's just playing Will Smith. But then Seth also reiterated something that I always say, which is like, well, Robin Williams was just playing Robin Williams. Like, don't get me wrong, it was a great performance, but he was just Robin Williams. That's just how Robin Williams is. Listen to one of Robin Williams' comedy specials. Like, it's almost the same thing. Him changing his voice, him doing these different things, him being all energetic. Like, that's Robin Williams. And Will Smith did that, but he was himself, so it automatically made it different. But he was himself turned up to the max. He was like super Will Smith. He was Super Saiyan Will Smith, because he was just Will Smith if he had godlike powers. Like, it was like the best version of himself, because he was so energetic and charming and funny and he could sing and dance, and he was just like literally the life of the party. Honestly, Will Smith Genie was so entertaining. Every time he was on screen, I had a smile from cheek to cheek, man. I was just happy to see this guy. Honestly, it was a joy, man. Will Smith Genie was great. Like, somewhere Robin Williams is like not tipping the cap to him because he did a phenomenal job with this. It's getting a little undersold by some people It's getting a little undersold by some people how great Will Smith Genie in this movie was, because some people know that they were assholes and they talk so much shit that they feel guilty that they were wrong. Not only were they wrong, but they were way wrong. But they enjoy themselves, so they can't. But they can't say that because they've been talking shit the whole time. They don't want to look like idiots, and that's how a lot of people are feeling right now. But just to get off the Will Smith train, love Will Smith. This is one of the best roles I've seen him in years. It reminded me of why I used to love Will Smith so much, because Will Smith still is that charming dude. He still has it, you know. It's a project, and you got to pull it out of him. It's weird, but he still has it. He still is that Will Smith. He has it in him. So this movie proves it without a shadow of a doubt. He's in there. So whenever he gets cast in another project, I'm like, it's in you. I know you're still that charming dude, Will. I know you can do it. But to get into Jasmine and Aladdin, love both of them. Both the actors and actress did a great job. And in these movies, like Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, and eventually in The Lion King, and also when they do maybe Mulan, and especially when they do Little Mermaid. In these movies, the one thing that absolutely positively has to work, other than the genie, is their relationship. You have to buy that they want to be together. And sometimes movies get this wrong, because sometimes movies make it like Man of Steel to me didn't do it right. Like, and I hate to brag on Superman, but Man of Steel always the way Man of Steel felt when they handled the Lois Lane and Superman thing, which you know they're gonna get together, you know they're gonna be together. It's like, you have to sell me on that now. It's like, but the way the movie handled it was like, oh, they're gonna be together because they're because he's Superman and she's Lois Lane. They're two most pretty people in the room. They're gonna be together. But the way they pushed it was like, they're going to be together no matter what. Like the way, but they didn't build it up. They didn't show you why they liked each other. They didn't show you how they liked each other. This did that. You saw what made her like him. You saw why he liked her. He was smitten with her. She was smitten with him. She was giggling like they were smitten with each other. You could tell, like, you bought it right off the bat. The guy who played Aladdin, I can't remember his name for the life of me. He did a great job. You believed he was a street rat, and then they added a little bit of parkourish Prince of Persia vibe to him, because he was a street rat who steals and kind of knew a little bit of parkour, and he knew his way around the city so well that he could just get around. But he had a pure heart. He had a good heart. He basically just stole to feed himself, enough to feed himself. Basically, he's like, I'm not stealing too much. I'm stealing to feed myself. I don't want too much, and you bought him, and you related to Aladdin. You related to Aladdin. You're related to how he felt. You related to him. And they also made Jasmine. They added a little bit more to Jasmine. And the original animated movie, Jasmine was more just a good-intentioned princess. Like, she was a good-intentioned princess with a good heart, passionate heart, and, But this one, she is that. She's a good-intentioned princess with a passionate heart. But no, she has actual, arc, a role. She has an actual arc too. Like, she wants to, protect her people. She wants to get to know her people. She wants to be the savior that her people can be. And it's not like, oh, I don't want no man, or not. It's not like that. It's just like, she just feels like that the person who needs to rule needs to love the people that they're ruling as much as she does. And she's like, well, I'm the only one who loves them like this, so let me rule. Like, I don't mind getting married, father, but I don't mind getting married. I don't mind sharing power with my husband, but like, let me have some say, because I love these people. Which in the end, you already know how Aladdin ends. All works out in the end, anyways, because Aladdin knows the people as well. So when they eventually get married, he could be the sultan, and she could just be his great advisor, because they both love the people. So kind of ended up meeting in the middle anyways. But yeah, she has her own little miniature arc going on. The genie actually has a miniature arc too. That's something else different that they added, is that the genie has a little, and this is insane to say, the genie has a little bit more complexity to him. A little bit more complexity, but I'm not going to get into that. That's a bit spoiler territory. But Aladdin, I give it an 8.5 to a 9. There are to a 9. Most of the time, it's an 8.5. It's hitting on cylinders. When the Genie's on screen, it's a 9. And I'll say Jafar he's touch and go. There are things I love about him. There are things I don't like about him. There are things I do like about him. I'm kind of off. I'm like, it's kind of got me at 50-50 split right now with Jafar. There are literally like, or I would say 60-40. I rather enjoy Jafar, but he wasn't the best villain. He was no Gaston. He wasn't fucking the tiger from he wasn't Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. He wasn't the tiger from goddamn the Jungle Book. Now those were great. Those were great villains. He was good. Oh, not even good. Serviceable. He was serviceable. He served the plot. They added a bit more complexity to him too, though it still ended up kind of coming out mustache twirling. They did try to add complexity to him. I saw them try. Like they really did. Like they took, because the original movie is about an hour and 20 minutes. I mean, about an hour and about an hour and 20 minutes. This movie's about an hour and 45. Not about 2 hours and 10 minutes. So it's about like 40 minutes give or take. This is about 40 minutes give or take added on to this movie. So they basically took those 40 minutes to just fill out even more character stuff on all the characters. Basically, that's what they did, which is what you should do with these movies. So I've said my piece about not Beauty and the Beast, about Aladdin. Had a great time with it. Loved it. Me and Seth had a blast. The music was great. The set design was great. The visuals were phenomenal. The way that Will Smith killed it as the Genie. I believed in Aladdin and Jasmine's love. I believed in the actress played Jasmine was great. She could sing her ass off, by the way. The Whole New World, their rendition was great. The Will Smith's rendition of Friend Like Me was great. Arabian Night. That was great. I still remember that song. So, thank you for joining me on the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Go check out Aladdin. Don't let anybody stop you from checking out Aladdin. Support Aladdin. It was a good damn movie.